Okay.
So the technique is actually quite simple, but because it's a bit hit and miss, sometimes you just can capture the shape and the sort of muscles of the horse just so, but quite a lot of times it's just not quite right. So although the technique is quite quick, it doesn't. There's a lot of failure, high failure rate. So sometimes it just capture the shape that you want, but other times it just doesn't. The proportions just slip off a bit, and it's. But it's a very simple thing, because to get to that has taken me hours of experimenting and a lot of mistakes and a lot of failures. But I'm quite pleased with this sort of technique. So yeah.
So what will be left to do on this one then?
So it's a bit more detail on the drawing, and to just pick out. And we'll slip it back onto the top there. So a bit more definition on the muscles maybe, and the actual sort of form of the animal. And I've got a mist off his leg there, but sometimes less is more. Sometimes you don't need to fill in. But I think there's just a little bit more work to put in. But each one is different, and I think you just treat them all individually. But I just like it the way it slips back a bit, so it and just that little bit of colour coming through the black. And again, each one varies. Every drawing's different, and so you just treat everyone on its merits really, or just work it along as it goes. And I might want to put a little bit of embroidered colour on the top, just to enhance that bit of orange and blue there. So just the mask of the horse there, or I might want to just highlight the colour on the helmet and his shirt and that sort of thing. So maybe on the embroidery, just highlight a little bit of just a line or a little bit of embroidered colour there, just to link the drawing with the embroidery. But each one, as you do each one, you think of something else, and so they move along and adapt. So it's like a process. So the technique might be very similar, but you sort of introduce different things as you go along, and that's the joy of it really. Because if I was doing the same thing and churning them all out, it just wouldn't be much fun. And the spark goes as well when you just repeat. But when you're developing and moving along and trying new things, you keep the just that spark in. I think anyway.